So far this series, Montreal has been used, they've been abused, whether it be by the refs, by their opponents. They tried to play an honorable game. They tried to play a respectable one. But when you're not getting the respect in return, well, there's a difference between being a good guy and a nice guy. And the Habs are done being the nice guys.
A stick, oh man, that's pretty high off of the
side, off the post. What a missed opportunity for Evans. Wide open net, clanks it off. That's the third time I've seen a cross-check hit the face of a player in this series, and there's been no call on any of them.
Let's talk about it.
And the Canadiens.
Finally, an opportunity to do it at home and show the Washington Capitals maybe a little bit of a better representation of who the Montreal Canadiens are. I was excited for this game, but not as excited as reaching 12,400 subscribers, which we're right about to do. We need 2 subscribers. Is there 2 subscribers out there? I think for this video, I think we'll be able to find 2 subscribers, right? Also, like the video. It helps me out with, I don't know, stuff inside there. Stuff. So a lot changed in this game. The momentum, the tone, the location. And that brings me to my next order of business. La formation de départ. Starting lineup for tonight. Game 3, Washington versus Montreal. Nos attaquants, our forwards, we have Caufield, Suzuki, Slafkovsky, Anderson, Dvorak, Gallagher, Newhook, Evans, Demidov, Heineman, Kapanen, and Armia. That's right, Line A is out of the lineup. Upper body injury. There might be, I don't know, there's some conspiracy behind this one. I hope he's all right. I hope it isn't serious. And I hope we see him back soon and in playoff form. No défenseur, our defensemen, we have Matheson and Carrier. We got Gooley and Hudson. And we have Xhekaj and Savard. Struble is out. Sorry, Struble. We really want to see Xhekaj in Montreal. In notre gardien, our goalie, we got Montembeault in net. One last thing, and I gotta warn you, this game is insane. This game is like the top 3 games I've watched this year, and it's not number 3 or number 2. I could have easily made 2 videos out of this, and if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments. I could do a more analytical, more deep dive into this game, but I'm just letting you know I'm gonna skip some stuff because there's too much, and it's 1 o'clock in the morning right now. Before the game even gets started, Xhekaj is warming up and intimidating the Washington Capitals during warmups, setting the tone already before the game even starts. But let's roll that beautiful bean footage. We start with the puck drop. Anderson starts carrying it in early. The crowd is so loud.
Check up the wide center, long shot.
I would give my left testicle to be in the house tonight. Then we see Hudson to Slaf to Caufield, but Thompson shuts the door. I think the roof would have blown off. And we're seeing the passion get pretty intense too. Everything is kind of culminating in a way that this is going to be a special game. Savard lays the body, and then Kapanen dodges a shot from Dowd, who goes down in a heap. Then we see Ovechkin try to check Carrier. Although Carrier doesn't have the puck, Ovechkin goes down, and he wants a penalty for some reason. So Montreal is looking really good. They're looking like the better team. You're just hoping that they strike first and they strike fast.
Self feeds it across for Sandin. Rasmus Sandin with a shot stopped by Montreal. Rebound, they score!
Wait a minute, that's not supposed to happen. Connor McMichael scores after looking so flat. There's just so much sleepy coverage inside the Montreal defensive zone. So that's going to put them down by 1. Then on the other side of the sheet, we see Nick pass to Slaf, who's in the slot. Great chance for Slaf, but Thompson plays his percentage as well. Then just seconds later, I think, Thompson stuffs Slaf on another good opportunity. We see Ryan Leonard shove Evans. He's going to the box for that. Thought it was a little soft, but hey, we deserve one of those. We also see Savard asking Alexeyev if he likes his new look. I think he also asks him if he wants a couple more teeth extracted. So they're on the power play, and the power play looks juicy. Is just putting Demidov on the power play all they really needed to generate more offense? Or just to be more dynamic and mysterious, I guess? Demidov feeds Caufield, it nearly goes in, but then Newhook takes a tripping penalty, and they're on the PK. It's a scary power play, but Montembeault keeps it 1-0, even having to close the back door. Then we see Hudson get checked into the boards. He goes head first in the boards. This scared the heck out of me. Montreal is getting great chances. They're generating a lot of offense, and they're spending a lot of time in the O-zone. Doesn't make sense that they can't just put the puck in the net.
Newhook to Carrier, shooting, scores!
Thank you, Carrier. Thank you. Make it 1-1, a seeing eye shot right from the blue line. What a beauty. How come you can't do that more often? Montreal does not stop there. They keep pressing. Nick goes towards the net. Oh, but what happened to Thompson? Okay, it looks like Suzuki is getting a penalty, but Rasmus Sandin was the one that just chopped his goaltender over the head. Why is Suzuki getting the penalty? No time to think about that. That's the end of the period. Shots are 15-7 in favor of Montreal. Is that the first time they let in shots going into the next period? So the second period starts. Suzuki is still in the box. He should have never allowed Sandin to whack his own goaltender over the head with his stick. Habs kill this penalty, but not before Mangiapane. I think I said his name right. Not before Mangiapane gets a shot from the top of the slot. That looked dangerous. And now we see the refs completely on the side of the Habs. They went from ignoring players getting cross-checked in the face on the Habs to straight up kicking our opponents in the face. What is going on here, my guy? Now we're seeing Dirty Duheim, who tries to get his elbow up on Savard here. That's dirty. He's going to go to the box. Martin St. Louis saying, hey, that's a little high. That should be a major. But it doesn't really matter because Captain Nick wants to say something.
Well, the draw against Dowd. Carlson turned it over, scores! Suzuki and the captain puts the Canadiens out front.
2-1 for Montreal. So glad that they made the power play work here. No surprise that it was Nick. It's unassisted. And it took next to no time to do. Just like the next goal.
By Evans, up for Chychrun, tees it up, score!
Yeah, the Canadiens have a habit of doing that, allowing their opponents to respond. So Chychrun makes it 2-2 moments after a couple of lost battles in the O-zone. Just rockets it into the net. And this is when Montembeault was exhibiting some signs of discomfort. He let the training staff know, and Dobesh was able to do some warm-ups, and he's coming in. Monty's leaving the ice, and he would not return. That's a little worrisome. Probably the wet blanket on this game. But what a champ of Montembeault to let the staff know that he's not feeling well and he'll be going out. I mean, so often the goaltender just leaves and Buddy has to go in cold. Now, Duheim takes another penalty for tripping, I think, Newhook, and we're getting to see the power play again. This next clip, I could do a 5-minute video just on this next clip.
For Demidov, trying to get in front, he's got it again. Demidov, across, Caufield shot, knocked off,
Demidov opens all sorts of room and space, gives his teammate opportunities to get a goal, and then gets gifted himself, but his nerves must have gotten the best of him. Now, in the dying seconds of the second period, we see a tip in front that gets a rise out of everybody. And just when you thought this period was over...
Goal cut out by Caufield. Hudson jumps in, pass across, scores!
Hudson jumps up. I love how he sees the ice. He's so smart. Amazing goal. Caufield makes no mistakes. I mean, Hudson made it easy for him. So that's the end of the second period. Just the second period. 15-27 shots in favor of the Canadiens. They're up 3-2. This is looking like a pretty powerful statement by the Montreal Canadiens. But wait, the second period is not technically over because the next moment will go down in infamy.
Wilson trying to get at him, and now they're fighting in the bench. Anderson and Wilson have gone into the Capitals bench.
I'm going to try to show as much of this clip as I can. I might have to do some creative editing. Maybe you'll see like a little clip up here, or maybe over here, or down here, or here, or here, or here, maybe. If I edited the video to go to all those different spots as I said them, wow. I must be getting second wind because it's like now 1:30 and I haven't even edited the video. So the second period starts and we see these two knuckleheads in the box. The refs ended up just doing offsetting penalties for Wilson and Anderson after their little bench brawl. I think it was 2 10s and 2 2s. 2-2s. So the vibes are high going into the third period. Canadiens are dominating the Capitals in terms of shots, and I think even in terms of checks. Can that be right? Oh my gosh. The Canadiens finished with 45 hits to 26 hits for the Capitals. Ay, ay, ay. Capitals gave away the puck 17 times. Oof, they're struggling. Of course he gets a goal. He jumps off the bench. This guy's babied, man. He plays like 14 minutes a game. He's an opportunist. They literally put him in for like 5 seconds at a time when they see like a play developing like this. But really, I should be criticizing the Montreal defense. Very soft here. I don't know what happened. It's like a switch got flicked off. So they're tied again.
Armia goes after it. Dvorak's on it. Gallagher!
Never mind. They're up 4-3 now. Gallagher, great play here. Believe in the forecheck, right? That's totally what this line had the mindset of. Dvorak set this up beautifully. 4-3 for the Habs. And we see Matheson, beautiful setup to Carrier. But Thompson, great job sliding in there. Now, an emergency backup goaltender makes the scene. I think his name is Chevrier. What does that translate to? Horser? He looks kind of like Joey Pantoliano's character from The Matrix. What was his name? Cypher? So that would just be another element to this game to make it even more wild if an e-bug had to go into net. But we don't wish that to happen, obviously. Dobesh, stay cool, okay, bud? Another really cool thing would be like a Slaf goal or something.
He has got it. Here comes Slafkovsky. Hands it off. Caufield. Slafkovsky. Score!
Caufield and Slaf, the old give and go. This was such a beautiful goal. I was so excited at this point, but hold on a minute. This looked really like terrible. Thompson is hurt. It made me feel awful. He looks really shooken up. I feel so bad. He played amazingly tonight. He played amazingly this series, really. The Habs, I hate to throw criticism at him. The Habs make him look pretty good because they always put the shot in the wrong place, and I am screaming at my TV all night about shot selection. But no doubt, he's been a huge component for the Capitals. I hope he's all right. I don't want to win by shaky Charlie Lindgren, who replaces him, coming in to finish off the series. So we're getting down to it in the third. There's 4 minutes left. Chychrun takes a penalty and gives Anderson and Wilson a chance to discuss dinner reservations. After this game, I'm sure they probably met up and, went and bought each other dinner, had a nice conversation, learned a little bit about each other, really buried the hatchet. No, I think they're probably discussing when they're going to fight next game. So look forward to that. Look forward to this too.
It off. Gallagher goes after it. Gallagher trying to work it in front for Newhook.
Alex Newhook, power play goal in the final seconds of the power play. 6-3. We need to grow his eyebrows really big for this playoff goal. But that's going to do it for the game. 40 shots. A big doubling in the shots, big doubling in the goals. This was a statement game by the Montreal Canadiens. It was basically saying, hey, you have a really difficult time beating us. You need the referees to completely ignore like a plethora of penalties. And you have to resort to dirty goals and no calls and a lot of luck. So I love this game by the Canadiens. This is how they have to play every other game in this series. If they play every other game like this, it's done. They're going to sweep them in the next 4 games. Next 3 games. I'm messing up my words. That's going to be a good sign to call it a night, right? But I hope you enjoyed that. If you enjoyed that, please like the video. It helps me out with search results or something. I don't know. It does something. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. But why wouldn't you be subscribed? At this point, you got to do it. And as always, I will see you down in the comments.